Welcome back, the network industry lovers, with a new concept related to the intermediary devices. And right now, we are in a phase to understand the firewall technologies. We have another real world example, and if we take another example from our real world scenario, so we have banks in our city or in our society. We have a number of government offices. Here you can see in the image. uh, Here you can see in the image, we have banks, we have government offices, and we have our own houses in societies, and other organizations like colleges, schools, universities, and a number of private organizations which are operational in our country, in our society, or in our city. So what happened when we thought about the security? So at the first, and we definitely understand the importance of the security, because there are a number of bad guys which you can see in the image here. These are the bad guys, and these bad guys are really dangerous for our society, or for any bank or the government organization or schools. They are trying for the robbery. They are trying to bring disaster in our country or in our society. So our major responsibility is to protect our all these uh, banks or government organizations and our societies from these bad guys. So for that purpose, we arrange the security guards. Here you can see in the image. Okay, so we arrange the security guards at the first level to protect our society or bank or government organization. And in many places, we also put security cameras for the purpose of monitoring and security. And in the third phase, we implement number of walk-through gates by which we can scan all the peoples which are going inside the bank, and a number of other peoples which are entering into the government offices, or they are leaving the government offices. So on the both stages, in the entrance level or in the exit level, we want to check the security due to strict reasons and the strict policies to protect our on houses or government organizations or banks. So in the same manner, if we want to understand the current security world, so here you can see that in that image, whenever our end users here whenever our end users using the end devices, here it might be laptop, tablets, or these kinds of devices, or desktop machines, they are trying to access the internet. And this internet have its own society with good and bad guys. So here we have also the bad guys, and these bad guys in the internet industry or the IT industry are simply called the hackers. And the many new IT lovers or new IT learners know about the term hackers. What they are trying to bring, they are basically trying to bring disaster in our own offices, or in any kind of bank. So most of the time, when our user going to access the internet, they are surfing for a number of things related to the information which they require for the purpose of launching any kind of attack into any government organization, or in any bank or school or college or university. They have their own aims. Most of the time, they launch security attacks, they launch hacking attacks to get the confidential data of the companies. They get the banking data just for their financial benefits. And most of the time, They not only get the data for their financial benefits, but they also destroy our network, they also destroy our IT operations, they also destroy our network infrastructure. So as we tackle these bad guys in the real world, so in the same IT industry, we are going to protect our network infrastructure by implementing the firewall. Here you can see that we implement the firewall. These are the specialized devices, these are the security guards of your organization in the digital world. Okay, so these devices are capable to keep check and balance on all the data which are coming inside the network, which are entering into the network, or which are exiting from our network. So they keep a strict eye on all the data, and if these devices find any kind of viruses, any kind of hacking attack, or any kind of vulnerability, or any kind of threat, so these devices are configured to block all these kind of malicious activities which are generally not allowed in any kind of network infrastructure. So whenever this data is entering in our network environment, or this data is leaving the network environment, so these devices are checking all these data inside and clear the data, and finding that these data files or these data packets have no viruses, have no malwares, have no ransomware, have no attacking capability, so they can enter or exit from our network infrastructure. Otherwise, if any kind of packet have these kind of malicious activities, so these devices will simply terminate, they will discard, they will trace the data which contain any kind of hacking activity, just to tackle all these bad guys. Because if these bad guys get success in their hacking attack, so this will bring our banks or government organizations or any other financial institute out of business. Because if IT operations are not working properly, so you will be out of business for weeks, for years, or a number of days. So that's why the other major component of the intermediary devices are based on the firewall. So you must have to implement firewalls in your network infrastructure and configure access control list. These are the list in which we define our policies, in which we are defining our policies, that what kind of traffic entered in our network environment and what kind of traffic are prohibited in our network infrastructure. So I hope that you get the basic another tremendous idea about the intermediary devices. Let's move further and find what kind of other tremendous concepts waiting for us, and we will definitely perform number of labs related to the scenarios which we are discussing right now.